Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. It has been about a month since the last one, and today I came out to this creek here. This is the creek that I was checking out in my first video, and then I never was able to come back after that due to the fire danger, and it has now been a full year since I've been here, and I've finally been able to return to this stream here. So it's a really hot day today. I think it's supposed to get up into about the 90s. Really hot. The water is really ice cold though, so that's going to feel nice. But today I'm going to kind of walk upstream, and we're going to check out some spots and sample around in the stream here. Yeah, so the last time I was here was on July 4th, and that wasn't a good day, so I didn't post that video. However, I did put up a small bits of it to show off all the amounts of garnets that can be found here. So what I'm going to do is just kind of walk upstream and see what we can find. I'm starting about halfway up the creek here. Okay, I've said it before, but this creek here is between two mountains. The mountains are made of gneiss with granite intrusions and tons of pegmatite intrusions as well. And the mountains seem to be pretty loaded with quartz here. If you look here at this rock here, get better. This is looks like pegmatite stuff here. Come over here a little bit. Big one here. That's like tons of quartz. And we got that. Looks kind of like, almost looks like schist instead of gneiss. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe. Here's some more pegmatite stuff. It's got lots of quartz and feldspars. Some more. It's all over the place. It's loaded in here with quartz and feldspars and pegmatite. Okay, here's the gravel bar I tried out. Mainstream. Again, some quartz, feldspar. Be nice to crush some of this quartz up and see if there's anything in it. I mean, for how good it looks up here, there better be gold up here somewhere. Now here's a nice boulder here, and it seems to be in a really nice spot. You can see the creek here bends this way, and then around this corner it bends this way, and gold is going to stick to this inside bend right here. And if any gold was traveling during high floodwaters, it would hit this boulder and get come around it, and it get dropped off in a low pressure here. You can see there's a big pile of sands and gravels in there, so I might sample. I'll probably come up here and sample this. This looks pretty good up here. The way the boulder is, another place you should people should check is right up front. There is usually a small area up front you want to check too. That gold can also get trapped in. With the way this boulder is, it kind of goes down at an angle, so it's kind of like a little cavern underneath there, crevice. I wonder if there's any gold in this stuff here, and we'll have to find out. Okay, here's another boulder. Any gold this is kind of more of a straight shot through here, so if there's any gold traveling here, it's going to hit this rock here, and you can see how the water is flowing off, hitting this rock, and it's mainly shooting it off this way. This would have caused like a low pressure area right here, and you can see all the sand right here that's been deposited in this super long line, kind of making almost like another gravel bar. This would be another good place to check. And further upstream, there's a much larger boulder. Again, lots of sand. The problem is if I try to sample through here, the water current might push any gold that I loosen up away from me. It might be a little difficult to sample. This boulder looks like a giant pegmatite piece. Just scared a gardener snake. Sitting on that rock bathing in the sun. Gonna get my camera out in time. Sitting right on this boulder here. Took off. There's rocks and boulders all over the place in here. It's gonna make it kind of difficult to dig anything. Check that out. Big piece of quartz. Wonder if there's any gold in that. I'd love to take this stuff and crush it, but I don't have anything to do it with yet. So ow, my foot. Big little flat rock here. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna go upstream anymore. Got enough area to cover. So I guess I'll head back and start sampling. Wow, look how orange that is. It's all quartz. Must be tons of iron in it. Maybe. A little bit of feldspar. Alright, so I started digging. And it's tricky digging because you got all these rocks. Lots of rocks. And I made sure to bring my classifier this time. That's going to really help me out. Or else this would be pretty much next to impossible. It would just be a lot of work trying to get all these rocks out of the gold pan. But yeah, I'm going to dig down maybe half a foot or a foot or more, and we'll pan it out. And I'll see what I get. But I'm going to continue down the dig here. And if I don't get anything, then I'll move a little further down towards the creek, or further up from the creek, and I'll see what happens. See how nice the classifier is? Brings all those stones right up to the surface. I gotta be careful not to dump out my pan. See, I can take that off. Oop, almost lost it. Then it leaves all the finer material down below for me to pan out. I could look through here if I wanted to, but there probably won't be much in there. Another thing you can do is take the pan out of the water, shake this down a little bit more until you're sure you have everything. But at this point, it's just going to be bigger quartzy rock. Go through it real quick. Okay, now that I got that classified, got the gravels, now I can actually pan this out. Again, there's tons and tons of red garnets all over in here in the pan, but that's not what we're after. We're after some black sand and maybe some nice shiny gold. Hopefully there's some. You see that? See all the red in there? All over garnets, all over garnet shards. I'm gonna zoom in on that. Did it again. There, you see that? Right there, there's tons of garnet shards right there. But all those red specks you see all over in here is just garnets. Tons of garnets in these mountains. Alright, so here's the new thing that's going on. Get down towards the sands, and now it's like an orange sand with red. The red's the garnet, and the orange, not quite sure. It looks like quartz, little bits of orange quartz in there. It doesn't seem to be too many black sands, but you see that? Oh, never mind, you can't see that. See all that? It's like orange. It's like an orange quartz. Maybe. Big chunk of garnet right there. Look at that. Look at that piece of garnet. Big shard of it. Bigger than what I've been finding. Try to zoom in on it. Yeah. Not what we're looking for though. But I'll take it. Okay, so I dug down about a foot and you can see there's water down there. And there's, I didn't find anything in that hole. And there's not even any black sands. It's that orange quartzy sand. Every time I would be panning out, all the sands would be coming out. And it would reveal that orange sand instead of black sand, along with all the garnets. I'm going to work my way. Actually, I'm going to dig another hole further down, right about here, and try this spot. If that doesn't show up anything, I'll go up here and dig a hole up here. Check this out. Big old chunk of pegmatite. It's all rough, you can see on this side, but see all the quartz in there? It's like it was individual crystals. Like right in here, this would have been a gap, and these would have been crystals up growing up on top and the bottom, and then they filled in. I'd love to crush this up and see if there's any gold in it. So this is the one hole I dug. Here's the other one I dug. It's a little closer to the creek here. I'm not finding anything, so it's not looking too good. No black sand. It's that orange sand. Yeah, not finding any gold yet. I'll check up here a little bit more. Alright, I dug in here and once again nothing. Just that orange colored quartz rock. Which is, it's very interesting. I thought for sure I'd at least find something in here. I might try this up here. There's no black sands in here at all, which is kind of surprising. Might check behind a couple of boulders, dig out this a little bit, and probably call it a day. But yeah, there's not, I'm kind of surprised. There's no black sands and no gold. And just because there's black sands doesn't mean there's going to be gold or anything, but I thought for sure there would be something in here, but there's still tons of a couple miles worth of water to explore upstream. And where I'm at now, it's kind of far down in the valley. Like the mountains, I don't know if you can see that. Mountains are kind of far away. And I'm not right up against the mountains. And there's not really any actual bedrock in this part of the creek. Basically, this creek here runs in the middle of a little small valley in between the two mountain ranges on layers and layers of sediment. If I go further north, well actually further west towards the mountains there, eventually this creek will run through the bedrock, and I think I'll have a better chance of finding something up there. There could be a big obstruction that maybe is locking in and holding the gold in place way further upstream, but you never know until you get out and sample, so I'm going to continue to sample a little bit and see if I can find anything more. Okay, so here's a piece of gneiss. You can see there's a little band there. Gneiss has these white bands in them, made up of quartz and feldspars. If you look right there, don't know if you can see that right there, top of my thumb, there's some garnets embedded in the bedrock there. A little further up right here, you can see that right in there. There's another piece of garnet, and right through here, it looks like lots of pyrite in this rock. So again, you got the garnet here, another garnet up here, and then lots of pyrite. Well, I'm pretty much finished here. I dug 2 holes, didn't find anything. No black sands, just that gold colored quartz that seemed pretty heavy. I think I'll have better luck towards the west. closer up to the mountains where the creek flows over the bedrock. That way, because if there is any gold in here, it's probably a couple feet way down here. So I think I'll have better luck upstream, and if there is gold, there'll probably be more of it upstream towards the source if there is any, because it's got a long ways to flow down this way. Well, here's where I just was, just around the corners that gravel bar, and you can see there's mountains over here. I'm completely surrounded by mountains, but you can see how far away the edge of the mountain is over there. So there's no exposed bedrock over here. This whole area is filled with sediments and gravels. Most of it is pretty recent geologically. It's only a few thousand, about 10,000, 11,000 years old, maybe a little bit more. And a lot of this is from glacial floodwaters. You can think of this valley that I'm in as kind of like a sharp V-shaped horseshoe. The mountains over there would be one side, and over here the inside of the horseshoe, and over here you can't see it, would be kind of like the enclosed side, and then over here would be the open side, and this is the direction where the glacial floodwaters came roaring up here between the mountains, and it dumped all kinds of sediments. There may have been glaciers possibly this far south, but on any geologic papers that I find don't show the glaciers extending this far south. But I think it's possible. So I think we'll have better luck going way up there. You can see the mountains now. The creek goes way up there, and then that way we can be on top of the actual bedrock, and I think we'll have a better chance of finding something. Well, here's this area again. If you remember if you've seen my first video, someone dug out this pegmatite, and it was probably because of the crystals. And it looks like, yeah, someone took the big rock, the one that had all the crystals all over it that I left. Someone took it. The other one's still here though. Yeah, see that? Crystals in there. Some more. A little bit more crystal in there, but not much. Wonder how big of a pocket it was. There's some more actually right there. Wonder how many crystals they got out of this. And I wonder if there's any more in here that they didn't find. That's another thing. There could be all kinds of crystals all over in these mountains just waiting to be found in these giant pegmatite intrusions. So, spider's nest. Yeah, here's the pegmatite right here. There we go. I showed this off in the first video I did, but oh crap. Anyways, yeah, pegmatite is a intrusive rock, igneous rock, and it usually forms along the sides or the tops of granite plutons, which would have been a magma chamber at one time. And pegmatites are water-rich intrusions of magma. Anyways, pegmatites are like a water-rich magma source. You can see there's like little mineral alignments here for some reason. Again, you can see this little black speckled that kind of travels up here, and there's some more right here. I wonder what that is about. But anyways, again, you can kind of see it over here too. Yeah, see if I can break this open. Alright, that black mineral seems to be hornblende. It's interesting how it forms in that line. If I break it apart a little bit more, yeah, it's interesting. There we go, that's what I want to do. Oh. Alright, I went up higher to give you an idea of what I was talking about here with the mountains. And the creek is somewhere down there. As you can see, got mountains here, and right here it's like a little valley. And then if you look down that way, you can see there's another range of mountains, and those are sedimentary mountains out there in this flat valley out there. And what happened was there was a giant glacier ice dam just over here, and that during the ice age that dam failed, and a whole bunch of water came rushing out, went down the valley down this way, but also came roaring up between these two mountain ridges here, and it came all the way up and probably way back in there somewhere, and it deposited all kinds of glacial flood gravels in this whole valley here. And eventually you can see the mountains close off at this point right up here. Well, this will pretty much do it for today. Didn't find any gold, which is a little disappointing, but you're not always going to find it when you go out there. And there's tons of water and creek left to sample and explore, so hopefully we'll find something. And there are lots of quartz veins up here and pegmatites, so maybe eventually I can collect some and crush it up and see if there's anything in there. Again, this will do it for today, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.